Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission.
But yeah, with the short-term side, such a powerful thing. And I really want to emphasize how important short-term missions is, whether it's your church group going or a Sunday school group saying, all right, we're going to do a trip, or a college group going on spring break, or whether it's something like a training with one of the mission organizations that you go. They're so important. Now, how they're applied is key, because you can go and you're basically a tourist, or you can go and you're doing jobs that maybe the local people would be just as happy to do.
Yep. And maybe actually make some money.
Yeah, and maybe make some money if you could help with that. But there are times when you just need to kind of be there with them, give them some hope, and be in the trenches with them, so to speak, in community development or whatever it is. There's definitely a place for that. So all that to say, just short-term missions in and of itself isn't,
well,
enough,
it's got
but
a bad
it's
rap and
applied. How it's applied.
Sure, it's in its application. I recently shared a video about Kenita Benson, someone I recently had on the show, talking about the power of short-term mission trips. Mm-hmm. And someone commented on it and said, I am so happy this was positive, because they hear constant negativity about short-term mission trips.
Yeah.
And those are out there.
Yeah, they exist.
But are you talking about a mission trip? I mean, that's a very intentional, a focused team with a leader who may have connections in country, or are we talking about an exposure trip? What do short-term mission trips actually do?
Well, I think it often encompasses all of those.
Okay.
And, just depends on the age of the people too. Obviously if you're taking quite young people, it's their first time for everything. Sure. So just, eating a different kind of food for the day is like, climbing Everest for them. So
I was 15 when I first went to Russia.
Yeah,
I was 15 when I first went to Russia.
Yeah.
And I've never been out of America. Yeah. Suddenly I'm doing these dramas in the streets of Sochi, and afterwards getting to talk to, through a translator, the people who watch the drama. And I remember we have a certain sense of space. We have a comfortable American space between us right here.
By far, yes.
I could be a little closer to you right now, but we have that sense of space. And I remember these guys, Vladimir and someone, I can't remember who. Of course, Vladimir, he's always there. And but they get closer and closer and closer. I kept backing up.
Yeah.
They're just having a normal conversation. It smelled slightly of vodka. And I backed up against this brick wall. It was exposure trip for sure. I was out of my comfort zone. But those were transformative moments that showed me a bigger picture of what the world is like, and people are like, and culture and nuances.
And you survived.
Yeah. I'm still alive to tell the story. And you could buy it on Amazon.
Yeah. Space Between Memories. There you go.
Shameless plug.
I think the balance comes in, for me, and that's kind of my point, that short-term missions are most effective when, the leaders or whoever's facilitating it have connected it with a very established long-term effort.
Yes, I like that.
With people on the ground who know essentially what they're doing, particularly engaging with the local leadership or local people who really know their community and their language. And there's an ongoing kind of long-term focus and work. And, the short-term team's not going to get all of what all the nuances and all the challenges and all the angles are for making that work. But they're going to hopefully know what their part and what their role is. And, but that can be, trained in them or not, in preparing for the trip, regardless of what kind it is. And I think even an exposure trip can contribute a lot to those long-term works, depending on what the ministry is, depending on what the needs are. But whenever we have the opportunity to host a team, for example, or take a team, which we don't do super often, but it does happen even now, our primary thought is, okay, cool. This might be exposure for them, or this might be just an ongoing relationship. My primary concern is always what actually needs to be done, or what is the real need on the ground wherever they're going. What is that ministry, that community, that church, whatever? What do they actually need? And don't just see, what can this team do? I'm less concerned about that. I don't mind them being stretched, particularly if it's an exposure trip or something. I'd like them to be stretched quite a bit, actually. Yes. They're going to be 10 days or 2 months, whatever.
They paid for it.
They'll live.
You're going to get your money's worth.
They're going to live, and so, but I want them to know they're being a part of something actually that's meaningful and is going to last. And so I think really facilitating both sides, of course you've got to have people with certain skills, what can they bring to the table, but it's less about what the team can do or wants to do, And often a team will be like, well, this is what we really want to do. And I'm like, okay, cool, we'll see. Yeah, and I'll do my best.
We'll write that on the schedule, and
I'll do my
for it
best
to change in an hour.
Yeah, and if my church in Kansas City is getting ready to come, or something, sees this, this is how it's going to be,
Yeah.
What I think everybody wants is to know that what they're doing, the money they're raising, or they're paying, they're taking time out of their schedule to come, is that it's actually making an impact.
And it matters in eternity.
Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join His mission. This podcast is powered by Within Reach Global. Subscribe, watch, and listen on YouTube today. Visit missionspulse.com.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed that video, leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought. Also, you might want to check out this video here, and honestly, that one's not bad either. Make sure you subscribe to Missions Pulse by clicking the subscribe button right here, and also click that little bell button so you get notified every single time we post a new video.